Hello, welcome to Gemstone Tarot weekend reading and a full moon in Libra as well, 16th and the 17th of April 2021. And we're going a bit omelette today actually. We're going to have a couple of facts from Scott Matthews, 1200 fun, random and interesting facts to win trivia, which could be our amuse-bouche. And then we're going omelette. Okay, we are going omelette. God, my jumper is so fluorescent that I thought my eyes were going weird. It made the book go bright green. I was like, whoa, whoa. Okay, where were we? We are on inventors and inventions. Norwegians, in collaboration with Viking Garden Company, made the world's fastest lawnmower, which can travel as fast as 132 miles an hour. It has 400 and... What? Grass flying everywhere. You can just imagine your granddad on it, can't you? Just like, do you want a cup of tea, granddad? No, I'm okay. It's like the few strands of hair going in the breeze. I love that. Oh my God, that's fantastic. It has a 408 horsepower V8 engine and Formula 3 wheels. So that is way better than my car. Way better than my car. Finder.com is a personal finance website that has launched a programmable handbag designed to help you monitor and curb your impulsive spending at a cost of $5,000. That's quite impulsive to purchase it though in the first place. It didn't monitor that, did it? It uses GPS tracking and it can be programmed to lock. Does it like snap on your hand? If you enter any of your pre-programmed danger zones. In the comment section, I want to know what are your pre-programmed danger zones if you had a snapshot handbag, okay, that would police your spending. The handbag will actually vibrate and flash lights. Oh God, I'm loving this. I know it's $5,000, but I am loving the idea of this. It will be like, step away from the donuts, Gemma. The handbag will step away from the glitter, step away from the crystal shop, step away from the tarot shop. The handbag will actually vibrate and flash lights to indicate how many times you've taken out your wallet. It'd be like, boop, boop, boop. It will also flash yellow lights and vibrate every 2 hours to remind you to put on sunscreen. Oh my God, I'm not sure about that. Okay, that one's grim, so we won't do that one. Or that one's grim too. Ooh. The guy who first discovered and sold Vaseline was Robert Cheeseborough. And he believed in the jelly so much that every single day, and I am not advocating that you do this, in fact, don't do this, he ate a spoonful of the substance until he died at 96. Cripes. Can't imagine that. Gross. Okay, it's omelette time. We're having a bit of all stuffs. We're peeking in the back of the fridge. We're getting out a stinky pepper, a box of 3 eggs. You know, maybe a bit of a spongy onion. Here we go. Starting with Doreen Virtue's past life card. Ooh, I see. I wonder who that's for. Okay, and then these, and I can't remember who these are, but I think they're the same people who did Whispers of Love, but I'm not sure because all my boxes, we haven't done the tarot clearing up yet. Ooh, gosh. The last couple of days have all been about what I think this might be about to be about as well. It's about kind of moving beyond restriction in such a big way. Shamanic Healing Oracle cards, Michelle A. Motuzas. We haven't used these much, okay, so we're in the dark, but that is the best way to be sometimes. Okay. All right. Yep, you can all come in. So a few fell on the floor and they're all different and they're all coming in. Oof, eek, oof. Okay. Righty-hoo. I'll show you on a Bidly bot, but you're not going to see an awful lot because they're kind of, this is the messy omelette. Think of this as our kitchen side covered in stuff. So I'm going to try and kind of, let's put that one on there. See if we can, let's zoom out a little bit that way. Okay, you get half a computer keyboard as well, so don't say I never give you anything. There we are. We'll just move the camping table. Right. Oof. All going on. And then I'll hold them up so you can actually see them. I think we can afford to come in a little bit, can't we? Right. Doreen Virtue, past lives. And you know what I've said about past lives in the past, in past readings. Past lives, you don't have to get completely woo-woo about past lives relationships, okay? This is the past life cards and it's karmic relationship. You also don't have to get locked into a certain meaning of a karmic relationship. For me, past lives and the past life cards, it can be like parallel lives. It can literally be a past life. It's whatever your concept of that is, or just a weird feeling from the past that you cannot identify. You know, I don't think you can always identify it, and there's nothing wrong with that. Karmic relationships are relationships, they're often linked to romantic relationships, but I think they can be with particularly family members or anybody where that relationship involves a relentless lesson or a lesson that is still to be learned, or it kind of here we go. It's definitely this. A lesson that dies and then gets resurrected. Dies and then gets resurrected. So it's almost like a heartbeat monitor. And wants you to learn it. Excuse me. But you can't learn it in one go. Okay, this is clearly something. This is what the reading is about. And we've had the Devil card pop up and we had the Venom card pop up, and that's it. It's about that. Okay, we get the Dragon card, which says, discover your courage. It takes a lot of courage to move beyond these life lessons or the people who delivered them to you. Probably two different things. The lesson is one thing and the person is another. And it's the relationship, whether it's like mother-father relationships, school relationships, romantic relationships. It can come up in all of them or one of them or whatever. You know what it is for you. It teaches us how to be by how not to be, I think, is what I'm getting from this. But also, I think the way that this particular lesson was delivered was not particularly good. You know, I think it was difficult. It's the only way I can put it. We have here in the, what are these called? Shamanic healing cards. Slow and steady. Okay, this is not quick. I'm going to take that one at the bottom as well because it's made itself clear. Psychic development, particularly for you if you were quite, and a lot of you I think probably were, psychic as a child, which is not always the best, you know. It's good in lots of ways because you see things and now you know you did, and you feel things like past lives and people's juju and all that, but as a child no one believes you particularly. You don't really have a voice, okay? That thing about having a voice, do you remember it came up being stuck in the throat and the vagus nerve and all that? That's what this is about. Okay. In the middle here with the shamanic cards, we have emotional release. There is something stuck that needs to be released, okay? But you can't, especially if it's a very deep lesson, you can't, it's like the Ace of Cups coming out on its own. Sometimes it is the balloon that you can't keep hold of. There needs to be some grounding in this. There needs to be some help in this. And there needs to be slow and steady in this. And you know yourself, you know, that you can, you know, ways of grounding yourself. And particularly with the Libra full moon, because we have insights coming in on the one hand of the scale, and then we need to ground it on the other. Otherwise, we just kind of, it's an air sign. We kind of float off with it. Okay. We have growth and grounding in the shamanic card. You can't see these very well because they're quite dark, but I'm going to hold them up. So this one is growth and this one is grounding. Okay, so it can be very obvious things like getting out into the forest, or some people say walk with no shoes on. I find that really hard myself. I've got really soft feet and I think I'd probably get cut. So I'm not going to recommend that, but if you like that, do that. Walking on sand on the beach, I find that a lot easier, although shells can also be quite a devilish thing. Get connected, okay? Get connected with the earth, however you do it. Full moons can also be quite nebulous and floaty, okay? So some of this may come to you in weird ways, like dreams, feelings, smells. I think music came up the other day. It can come up in your current relationships and not really be much to do with the other person, but they kind of triggered it. Okay. And also make sure the emotional release is happening in a way that suits you. If you're not a gusher for crying and stuff, which I'm not and a lot of people aren't, but a lot of people luckily are. If you're not, be a coffee percolator, one tear at a time. If you're a gusher, let it gush. But at the top of the reading, and probably the most tricky card in the entire reading, forgiveness. I can only recommend the Ho'oponopono prayer. I always recommend it because it's very powerful. It is very powerful. I'm going to do a spirit animal actually. This is the ketchup on our omelette. I know not all of you like ketchup, but I like ketchup. Ketchup on the omelette. This is an interesting reading, isn't it? Full moon-tastic. Let me know your thoughts on this reading. I always want to read your comments, okay? So let me know your thoughts. I'm sorry about my nose, just like, that was it. Honestly, that, I can't even remember now because I think it was channeling what I was talking about, but literally my face exploded as I started talking about it. Oh, yes. Okay, collect, Baron, read, animal spirit cards. I'm going to do 2 because we've got Libra energy, so we need a counterbalance. I'm going to do 3. That's nice. Okay. Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. But you're not, okay? This is slow and steady. Life is going to challenge you in that way. It's going to trigger. Triggers are quick. It's like, woo, I'm triggered. But you're not, okay? Take it slow. Take it slow. Koala spirit. Spirit has a plan. Sometimes that's all you can hold on to, particularly if you're in the percolator or gusher stage when it comes to letting the emotions of this go. There are some difficult emotions to let go. They're kind of trapped in the past and they may be trapped in your throat. Nightingale spirit. Love is all around, okay? This is a beautiful thing. Appreciate some bird song. Get out there if you can, or if not, watch documentaries about a forest. If you can't get out for whatever reason, there's some gorgeous stuff on like BBC iPlayer and stuff just about people being in the forest, or a close-up look at birds or foxes or whatever it is in the forest. Get involved in that way, okay? Or dig something in the garden if you've got one, or window box, or any way you can to keep yourself grounded. But actually, this energy is being processed, and I like that fact. It's good. It just may feel it's striking that balance between the floaty and the grounded, okay? And staying somewhere in between. Woof! Leave me a comment and I will see you soon. Namaste.